that your spine is nice and straight. So once you get nice and straight, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and take your feet and you're gonna pop them up over your head until your feet touch the floor. So you want your toes touching the ground, and then we wanna maintain some flexion in the knees. The reason we're flexing the knees is to Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to be your own therapist by demonstrating the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction, and more specifically, I'm going to be teaching you how to correct thoracic scoliosis. Before I get on with the exercises, I want to do a quick recap of what exactly thoracic scoliosis is and why exactly you should care, and in order to do that, I'm going to need the help of my good friend, Johnny Bones. So Johnny, get over here and show your non-scoliotic spine to the camera. Scoliosis is when you get a lateral flexion of the spine, and thoracic scoliosis is going to be when you get a lateral flexion of the thoracic spine, and there are many ways in which it can present, but two of the most common ways are going to be a C-shaped curve and a reverse C. A C-shaped curve, as the name implies, is when the spine looks like a C and the spine is going to be translated to the left, and a reverse C is the opposite, where it looks like a reverse C and the spine is going to be translated toward the right. And whenever you get scoliosis, there is going to be a convex side to the scoliosis. The convex side is going to be the side opposite of the side that is shortened, so everything is going to be lengthened on that side. And then on the concave side, that is where the muscles are going to be shortened. So when you have a C-shaped scoliosis, the muscles on the left are going to be the convex side, and then the muscles on the right are going to be the concave side. And if you don't address it, it can lead to things like neck pain, upper back pain, mid back pain, low back pain, shoulder pain, and a whole host of other issues. So you would want to address it immediately. And one of the ways in which we could address it would be to do some strengthening exercises for the muscles that are responsible for laterally flexing the trunk, specifically on the convex side of the scoliosis. We did those a couple days ago. I'm going to include a link right up over here to the top 5 strengthening exercises for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis. And then once you've done those, a terrific complement to those exercises would be to do some myofascial stretching exercises for the muscles that are responsible for laterally flexing the trunk, specifically on the concave side of the scoliosis. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing for you today. So without further ado, here are the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis. With the exception of the first myofascial stretching exercise, which is a bilateral exercise, all of the stretching exercises that I'm going to be demonstrating for you are going to be done on the right side or the concave side of the actual scoliosis. So what you would want to do is 3 sets on the concave side and then 1 set on the convex side. But let's go ahead and get on with this myofascial stretching exercises. The first myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis is going to be for the longissimus muscle, and more specifically, we're going to be targeting the cephalic portion, so the portion closer to the thoracic spine and the cervical spine. For it, we're going to go ahead and get into a supine position, meaning you're laying down on your back. Then, from this position right over here, what we want to do is you want to make sure that your spine is nice and straight. So once you get nice and straight, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take your feet and you're going to pop them up over your head until your feet touch the floor. So you want your toes touching the ground, and then we want to maintain some flexion in the knees. The reason we're flexing the knees is to release tension on the hamstring muscles, but this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the longissimus muscle, and more specifically, the cephalic portion. Next, the second myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis is going to be for the iliocostalis muscle. And for the iliocostalis, we're basically doing the exact same thing. The only difference is we're going to be adding a component of lateral flexion. So we're laying in a supine position. We want to take our feet, we're going to pop them up overhead and drop our toes down to the ground. And then for this one right over here, because the concave side is going to be the left side, what we want to do is we are going to wiggle our feet toward the right to get our right side bend. And this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the iliocostalis muscle, and specifically the cephalic portion. Next, the third myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis is going to be for the transversospinalis group. For the transversospinalis group, what we want to do is get into a half kneeling position, and whatever knee is on the floor, that is going to be the side that we are stretching. And since the concave side is on the right, I'm going to put my right knee on the floor. So from this position right over here, what we want to do is go into maximum retroversion of the pelvis. We want to keep our chin tucked in, and then with the contralateral hand, so the hand opposite to the side that we're stretching, we're going to take our hand and place it just around our ear. Then from this position right over here, we want to go into trunk flexion. Then we're going to go into contralateral flexion of the spine by bending away from the side that we're stretching, ipsilateral rotation by rotating toward the side that we're stretching. And then with the palm, we want to go on a downward diagonal. So we're going to go maximum extension elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder. Then on a downward diagonal, we're going to press down. And this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the transversospinalis group. Next, The fourth myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis is going to be for the external oblique. For the external oblique, what we want to do for this one right over here is we want to get into a tall kneeling position. So you're going to get nice and tall, and then from here, what we want to do is a contralateral side bend. So to stretch the right side, we're going to bend to the left. So you're going to bend away from the side that you're stretching. Then what we want to do is go into ipsilateral rotation. So you're going to rotate toward the side that you're stretching. At the cervical spine, we're going to mimic what we did at the rest of the spine. So we're going to go into a contralateral side bend by bending away from the side that we're stretching, and then ipsilateral rotation by rotating toward the side that we're stretching. With the contralateral hand, we're going to go ahead and grab hold of our Achilles for support, and then with the ipsilateral hand, so the hand of the same side that we're stretching, we're going to place it around our ear to put the pectoral fascia under tension. And this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the external oblique. And then last, the fifth and final myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis is going to be for the internal oblique. For the internal oblique, we're going to be in a seated position. And for this one right over here, what we want to do is we are going to go ahead and maintain a nice flat spine. We want to take the contralateral leg, so the leg opposite to the side that we're stretching, and we want to place it over top of the ipsilateral leg, so the leg of the side that we're stretching. Then from this position right over here, we want to take the ipsilateral arm and we're going to project it backward at the spine. We're going to do a contralateral side bend by bending away from the side that we're stretching, contralateral rotation by rotating away from the side that we're stretching, and then at the cervical spine, we want to mimic it. So what we're going to do right over here is we're going to do a contralateral side bend by bending away from the side that we're stretching, contralateral rotation by rotating away from the side that we're stretching, and this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the internal oblique. And there you have it. Those were the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis. If you have thoracic scoliosis, or if you have issues with regard to neck pain, upper back pain, mid back pain, low back pain, or shoulder pain, go ahead and give those exercises a try. And if you have given them a try, go ahead and drop your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought. In terms of the programming for the myofascial stretching exercises, what you want to do is 3 sets of 30 seconds on the concave side. The reason we're doing 3 sets of 30 on the concave side is because that's going to be the side that is shortened, so we're going to want to lengthen it. But just because the convex side is going to be already taut and very, very lengthened, it doesn't mean we want to avoid stretches. We still want to do stretches on the convex side, but we're not going to do as much. Me personally, whenever I'm correcting a scoliosis, I like to do a 1-to-3 ratio. So for every 1 stretch that you're going to do on the convex side, the lengthened side, you want to do 3 sets on the concave side, the shortened side. So go ahead and give those a try. And then this coming Monday at 2:00 p.m., I'm going to be taking you through the top 5 ELDOA exercises for posture correction to correct thoracic scoliosis, because a third problem that may arise is you may have nerve dysfunction for the muscles that are responsible for laterally flexing the trunk. And the ELDOAs would be great to correct that issue, but be out on the lookout for that this Monday, 2:00 p.m. And that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.